So it was actually not just one event, it wasn't just like I woke up one day and I was like, I don't think I'm Muslim anymore. It was like a build up of a lot of different events throughout my life within the context of religion. So, like, I would have an experience throughout my life that was within the context of religion. So, it was like an experience that happened to me kind of because of the religion. I know I'm talking abstract, but like, it would just so, like, I would have an experience throughout my life that was within the context of religion. So it was like an experience that happened to me kind of because of the religion. I know I'm talking abstract, but like, it would just these feelings in my life that would leave me feeling not good, and like, for example, I hated being forced to pray. I hated being forced to have a devotional practice that was like mandatory and that there was no space to flow within it. Like, the words that I had to pray to this God were set for me by other people. There was no personal connection whatsoever. And it was just a buildup of events like that led me to, when I was older, start questioning more of the origins of this religious practice and trying to figure out why I was calling myself Muslim. This is something that I'll talk about more on my content in the next little while, but like, that spiritual practice of an Abrahamic religion like Islam, it was like that spiritual practice was a very masculine spiritual practice, like, and masculine in terms of like masculine energy versus feminine energy. It was rigid, and that rigidity started like making all these concepts that I'm sure that people, the religion was born, people really resonated with. But now, because we're in a different culture, different era, it's like, some of the stuff doesn't make sense anymore. And I realized that the only reason I'm believing this is because of fear. And I'm literally only subscribed to this religion and this like view of reality and perception of reality and reality structure because I'm terrified that if I'm not, that something, and that if I don't do it, then if I don't subscribe to these belief structures, then I will be punished by both like people in my family, but also by a higher power, that has the power to do absolutely whatever it wants with me. So it was like really scary. And for a while, I guess there was denial. But I wouldn't say denial, because it's like, when you make the switch and when you realize that you're not going to be able to go through with this, you literally cannot change it. It's a feeling. And so there wasn't denial, but there was like, I wished that I didn't open my mind in that way. Like, I wished that I had just been able to continue blindly following it. In terms of how I dealt with it, I went like straight to atheism because my mind was still thinking like binary, like it's either you're religious or you're not. So I just like started trying to explore atheism. I'm like, yeah, fuck God, like I don't believe in any higher power, whatever, fuck this, it's all bullshit. And I went to atheism, and then it was like another, again, intuitive feeling. I was like, this stuff is interesting, and I appreciate their like discussions and ideas, but it's not for me. It doesn't make me feel whole. It makes me feel like that hole that was left by a reality structure, it wasn't filled by that. And then it was really just about giving it time and opening myself up and loosening the restrict. It was about loosening the resistance to alternate belief systems, beliefs. I was able, like, it was a process of me being able to accept new beliefs and adopt them into my life without judgment and without worrying about judgment, without fear of judgment. And just like, I don't know, because it's like I had this whole reality structure of like the way reality works and how to be a human and etc. And that was just like taken away from me when I like no longer resonated with Islam. And so I feel like I really, just me as a person, based on my lived experiences, I really needed more of a like structure to determine like what actions I take. And then again, it was just giving it time and picking up on ideas and seeing what resonated, and then if it did resonate, just moving forward with that, and that's how I found my connection.